A very good evening and warm welcome to Eswatini TV News at 8. I'm Ndoguhle Masugu, and signing with me tonight is Zama Nzimanze. Let's take a look at tonight's headlines. Donating of human organs and bodies might soon be legally permissible in Eswatini as the Health Bill of 2022 is now in Senate. The Ministry of Agriculture says it is doing everything in its powers to help local farmers access foreign markets. And the Eswatini Rural Insurance Corporation has donated medical equipment worth 250,000 Malangeni to the Mbabane Government Hospital Intensive Care Unit. Well, let's get straight into the news in detail. Business Eswatini has promised to support the Men Engaged campaign in the business sector, which has been launched by the National AIDS Response Council, spearheaded by the Eswatini Business Health and Wellness. The Chief Executive Officer Nathi Dlamini says private sector men have a role to play in ending HIV and AIDS, hence they will pull all stops to ensure men in this sector put their lives first.
The HIV in Eswatini is transactional. That's a fact. It is the affluent men with money, that are transmitting HIV. Apart from affluent men, few men attend the medical services. You only go there when you are sick, and it's late. For HIV, it's terribly late. You come in your city for county sitting at 4. Surely speaking, what can we do?
Business Eswatini's Chief Executive Officer Nathi Dlamini says they will fully support the campaign.
The state of the economy may have a direct impact on the new infections, since they are seen to be occurring between vulnerable groups of society whose socio-economic status lends itself to the threat of HIV.
Eswatini Business Health and Wellness Chief Executive Officer Thobile Dlamini says they are targeting 28,000 men in the sector. However, they will start with training 50 men on engaging more men on why there is poor health-seeking behavior.
Sithi nje nasicala at least kube nabo babela bang 50. Lesita ukukhulumisana nabo lesikuhlosile batabe bakhuluma kumbe kudliwa inhloko noma lokho lesingavumelana lesihlosile sifuna lokusibo babe basitshele ukuthi bona singababambisa njani bangasibambisa njani.
The SHIMS3 study reveals that there are 4,000 new infections of HIV in the country every year. Most of these are adolescent girls in the age bracket of 15 to 24. The study released by the ministry last year reveals that the HIV is transmitted by working men through transactional relationships. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Mbongwa Dube, Ezulwini.
Donating of human organs and bodies might soon be legally permissible in Eswatini as the Health Bill of 2022 is now in Senate. Senators were going through each clause of the bill in Parliament on Tuesday. Unpacking the clauses were officials from the Ministry of Health.
After being taken through the health bill, senators posed questions mostly about the donation of human bodies and organs.
Nami ngiyendile le human biology ngaba specific vele bekuthathwa bekathi ukubona abantu lokho ngizothi badinathela tshwala sebasaba sekwe emakha ufele epark akade akanasihlobo akanabani lengeshe sine singemaswada ngibona ukuthi star doctor into lenjalo ngoba sifuna ukubuka imtimba yethu nathi ngeke sibuka umtimba wemlungu lo wathathwa le
ngale nkinga ukuthi njengoba bekasho umntwana ngosicela le setup yethu sinemaswada inkulu Monto ukhuluma nje ngefamily ngeva ukukhuluma ngespouse sabo utangithini ke nabafata aba8 manje ke lotawuvuma la
akusuku lothi singemaswati siyakuvumela ke lokho ukuthi abamhlole abamhlolako bodokotela batothola lenkinga ukuthi yini ngabe uphethe laphi ngoba thina yathi kumnazi lokhomba ukuthi nangu uyabani lapha vele sikhola kanjalo thina ukuthi umuntu uhambile.
The minister responded.
Njengoba siphokophele kwendabo medical school vele ngeke sikhona kubenda kahle kude laba labadonate kunalo sibakhona baphasa inhliziyo njengoba enjalo bafundiswe ngayo so kuyinto lebalekile ngoba besinde kona emthethweni
kuleti vumelwano lo consent
uyasho lokho ukuthi nasenilongile lesidumbu niyawusigcina angivete nje ukuthi kule ndlela ukuthi igcina isidumbu lethu ukuze kuthi dingonakala niyawusigcina lesidumbu sami noma salomntwana nami noma sabani nibese niyasibuyisa ngilosingcwaba kahle.
At the time of compiling this report, senators were still deliberating on the bill. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela, Parliament.
The Ministry of Agriculture says it is doing everything in its power to help local farmers access foreign markets. The ministry says this includes pigs, sheep and fish farmers. This is contained in the Ministry's Senate Portfolio Committee report.
The report of the Portfolio Committee states that the Ministry of Agriculture is pulling all stops to ensure that local farmers have access to foreign markets. The ministry is also looking at ensuring that animal feed is affordable to all farmers. The report says the ministry has begun educating pig farmers on producing for markets. It also says the ministry is educating the farmers on how to save costs yet maintain good quality meat. The report says one way of saving is to produce animal feed like yellow maize locally. Sheep farming is also addressed in the report. The sector is said to have many challenges, which include sheep being stolen easily. Another challenge is that sheep are attacked by dogs. Another challenge cited in the report is that sheep are prone to diseases. The report states that there are around 20,000 sheep in the Kingdom of Eswatini. However, the market is still open for more farmers. The report further says the ministry has begun the construction of a fish research center. The aim is to increase local production. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela with Muzim Konda Mbabane.
The Ministry of Home Affairs has announced the extension of border hours this Easter holidays. In a press release, the Principal Secretary Nhlanhla Nxumalo has stated that on the 6th, the Mahamba border post will open from 7 a.m. to 12 midnight. And on the 6th to the 8th, the Mananga border will start operations from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Meanwhile, the ministry states that all the other borders will operate normally. The ministry further announced that the mobile office will be deployed at Ngwenya border gate for effective service delivery. An accused person who stands accused for the alleged theft by false pretense of around 920,000 Malangeni has appeared before court today. The accused is Fiso Nhlanhla Dlamini, who allegedly told people to invest money for 6 months with a promise of a return on investment. Dlamini has appeared before acting principal magistrate Fiso Vilagati.
Sifiso Nhlanhla Dlamini is said to be 45 years old and is from Ezulwini under Chief Forotse II. Dlamini faces 20 counts which include contravening the Financial Services Regulatory Authority Act of 2010. Dlamini is also accused of theft by false pretenses. Dlamini is further accused of committing these offences between June 2018 and December 2019. Dlamini allegedly obtained sums ranging between 20,000 emalangeni and 400,000 emalangeni in different instances. Dlamini allegedly obtained these monies from different people. Dlamini allegedly obtained the money from those people at JP Markets in Mbabane. He allegedly intentionally defrauded and stole from these people, promising them that if they invest at JP Markets for 6 months, they would get a return on investment. The accused is alleged to have also collected money from people without a valid license. The accused is expected to file for bail on Wednesday before the High Court. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela, Magistrates Court.
In a bid to find the type of knowledge that Eswatini have about cryptocurrency, the Eswatini Economic Policy Analysis and Research Center is currently conducting a survey that seeks to find out how many people participate in cryptocurrency. According to the senior research fellow Mangaliso Mohammed, the survey will provide individuals and companies with a chance to participate anonymously.
As a PAC, as a national think tank, we're just interested to know how many Emaswati, what percentage of Emaswati know about cryptocurrency, and if we do have a cryptocurrency market in Eswatini, how many Emaswati do participate in this market, and what do people know in general about cryptocurrency. So that's basically what we are trying to produce. We're trying to produce baseline information about the cryptocurrency market in Eswatini to see if Emaswati have an appetite for it and what sort of things they're experiencing in this market, so that then we have this baseline information, and so individuals and any interested parties in the economy can use the report for their own benefit. Initially, when we came up with the survey, we thought perhaps individuals, adults 18 to 64, but we are realizing now that even your 70 and above, some individuals are actually, they know about cryptocurrency and they have interest in participating. So we have opened up the scope to say any adult 18 to maybe 84 years old is eligible to participate in the survey.
The Eswatini Royal Insurance Corporation has donated medical equipment worth 250,000 emalangeni to Babane Government Hospital Intensive Care Unit. The Metron Zanele Similane says the equipment comes at a time when the hospital was in great need of it.
The Assistant General Manager Corporate Affairs says they decided to donate to the hospital after receiving a request.
Besitonikela imishini lesetshenziswa e-ICU. I-ICU ke i-unit ledilisha nabantu aseba-critical ekuguleni. So ke le mishini ibasita lapho kuthenini bathole i-treatment lefanele.
The matron says the equipment includes stretchers, monitors and suction machines.
All facilities are referral kits when it comes to critical patients. So if kahle ke mangabala nje lesikutholile sithole monitors, sathola suctioning machines, sathola movable, portable linen hampers, lanema trolleys akhona.
Eswatini Royal Insurance Corporation has donated equipment worth 500,000 emalangeni in total since last year. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Mbongwa Dube, Mbabane.
About 48 Cousin Motors employees have been laid off. According to the owner of the company, Moses Mota, the company is faced with challenges that they have been trying to resolve for some time. Mota says the employees were notified on their last day at work, which is Monday.
48 Cousin Motors employees on Monday were served with letters that left them without jobs. The owner of Cousin Motors, Moses Mota, confirmed through a telephonic interview that indeed the company will be liquidated due to a number of challenges faced by the company. Mota says they tried to downsize the number of employees, and he says this made no difference. Mota further stated that the employees will be given what is due to them in a space of 2 weeks. Mota says there were just too many issues, which is the reason why the employees were not notified not earlier than Monday. This is happening around a time where government is working hard in creating job opportunities for Emaswati. The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Manqoba Khumalo, highlighted numerous times that there are investment partnerships that government is looking to forge that will create 25,000 job opportunities and that will generate 60 billion emalangeni. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is expected to meet the relevant people in this matter on Wednesday. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Muzi Mkonda, Manzini.
The Center for Financial Inclusion says there is a great need for local stakeholders on climate change to be well capacitated on how to access funds from international organizations. Environment and Climate Change Coordinator Dumisani Hlanze said this after a stakeholder consultation workshop at the Royal Villas at Eswatini.
Currently, it has been realized that as a country, we're depending much on the international finances. Yet we still have to tap into domestic finance and engaging our own local private sectors in terms of financing green technologies and green initiatives in the country. So we do hope that the strategy will give us a clear roadmap and direction on how to access long-term climate financing and also climate-proof our development in our economy as a country. It has been realized that in as much as we complain about access to finance, but even us as a country are not capacitated enough and well-trained to be able to put together clear proposals that can attract investors to invest in green technologies. So there is a need that we capacitate the country and we also develop a clear enabling environment that can assist us as a country to have this access in climate finance. And it has also been realized that locally our private institutions do not participate in the climate change space due to the fact that maybe there is lack of awareness on how does climate change affect the economy and the business environment.
Let's take a look at the financial indicators.
It can be.
Association has donated about 88 referees' uniforms for all the referees under the Hoho region and 49 soccer balls for each football ground in the region. The handover was held at the Eswatini Football Association offices at Sigweka House in Babane.
And in our sports roundup, in trying to develop football under the Hoho region, the Hoho Regional Football Association have donated about 88 referees' uniform for referees under the region, plus 49 soccer balls for all the 49 football fields across the region. Dogozo Tsela was the Vice General Secretary of the association, together with the Chairman of the Referees Committee, have something to say about the kind gesture.
Each and every zone, since it's not 13 Oma zone, nangfaka Super League. Sitawufaka 8 excluding Imbabane. Imbabane ichase kahle in terms of the uniform yabo Rafael. Sitawufocusa kulaba labang 11 because we will exclude Imbabane na Super League.
Kungaba nje kuthumisa lesinyathelo sahoho macondzana nekuthuthukisa bosombembe lesathi ukuthi badlala lichaza lelikhulu ngoba ngaphandle kwabo kuti game lesingaba nayo.
Moving on with our sports roundup, the Eswatini Olympics and Commonwealth Games Association Chief Executive Officer Maxwell Jele says 3 associations will represent the country at the Beach Africa Games to be staged in Tunisia this year.
We have registered 3 sporting codes as Eswatini. Those sporting codes are beach volleyball, where we're hoping to assemble a relatively strong team that will represent the country in Tunisia. We also have beach tech ball, as we are aware that we are one of the leading countries, in fact, in the continent when it comes to tech ball. So we are also optimistic there that tech ball will be in a position to assemble a strong team. We finally have open water swimming, which is under the Swimming Association. This is relatively new in the country, but we are quite confident that the Swimming Association is going to prepare its athletes and select well for these games.
And in our international sports news, Barcelona Football Club on Monday called on La Liga president Javier Tebas to quit over false accusation allegedly made by him concerning the referee's corruption case. The Spanish giants made a demand after a newspaper claimed Tebas had written to the Spanish public prosecutor accusing the former Barcelona president on wrongdoing. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini. Babani.
And that's how we reach the end of tonight's bulletin. But before we leave you, here is a reminder of tonight's top stories. Donating of human organs and bodies might soon be legally permissible in Eswatini as the Health Bill of 2022 is now in Senate. The Ministry of Agriculture says it is doing everything in its powers to help local farmers access foreign markets. And the Eswatini Rural Insurance Corporation has donated medical equipment worth 250,000 Malangeni to the Mbabane Government Hospital Intensive Care Unit. All right, that's it from us. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for the weather forecast from all of us here as the Eswatini TV News team. It's good night.
Oh, yeah.